Welcome back, fellow YouTubers. This is Brian McDonough again with the OmniCrux channel on YouTube, and today we are going to explore a virtual enlightenment, which will be the first meditation recorded on here. Now, I know it's already on my blog, which, if you would like to visit my blog, is www.mcdonhbrian.wixwebsite.com/website if you are interested in checking it out. But I thought for the first couple meditations, insights, whatever you want to call them, I would kind of play off the blog first and then get into some new material. And that new material, I mentioned in the last video it would be more biblical, but I'm thinking now not broadly biblical, but more constrained. I'll probably keep it to the book of Proverbs, so just to have that little caveat out in the open. And the YouTube videos that I'll be posting will be relatively short as well, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes, you know, I wouldn't expect longer than that myself at least. And then the sexual forgiveness meditation, if you were on my blog and saw that, I apologize, I did not mean to entitle it that way. I retitled it Sexual Okayness, actually, so I hope, no pun intended, that's okay with you, the fellow readers. And then if you have any suggestions or questions about the audio or visual, you know, just feel free to, you know, shoot out, and I'll be happy to see what I can do as far as changing it up, you know, every once in a while. But without further ado, a virtual enlightenment. Ordinarily, video games and spirituality don't quite mix immediately, but I want to try to reconcile the two in typing and pondering. Not to make this another introduction about me, but I was once a dedicated gamer myself. I never played days straight, of course, my parents ensured that, but I would want to play until I at least fulfilled a mission that would take me to the next level, or however one would describe the next part of the game. The graphics of a video game would also keep me entranced. While I may have felt the tightness in my cranium after a certain amount of elapsed time, I still wanted to keep my head in the game, quote unquote. Some of my favorite games still include Spyro the Dragon, Super Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and Wii Sports. After a while, I was the loner gamer in my house for a time, or played more often than my siblings and parents scarcely did at least. Any video games I would play with family included sports because, though in the real world sports can turn violent out of the blue anyway, the video game sports showed no signs of blood or anything that involved direct killing, such as Super Mario, Zelda, etc. Additionally, whenever I would make trips, in the past to my maternal grandparents' house, my one cousin and I would always team up to play video games, although it would mostly result in me watching my cousin most of the time. Not that I don't play video games at all anymore, but I don't as often because, as my brother told me about a decade ago, there are so many things to do, and there certainly are. But let's welcome a degree of spirituality into virtuality for a moment. In most video games I have played, bluntly stared at, there is always a mission to achieve a pixelated trophy, rescue a Princess Toadstool or Princess Peach, or even to just plainly compete with no grand result. Yet within all of this, there's a language that some people understand that others may not. After all, most video games are not extremely far-fetched. Even Star Wars has its human insertions. In all the video games I've played, there is always some sort of speech among characters, even if the characters are not human. So why avoid video games if video games have reality themes? Well, not that I'm taking sides, but you are responsible for taking care of and listening to your body, and since you, the reader, were created naturally rather than virtually, nature takes precedence over video games, whatever your bodily and spiritual natures might be communicating. However, like all elements of life, have an open mind. Though all video games may not be agreed upon, not only do some people have a liking for some games, but there may be lessons to learn as well. I remember studying a certain vocabulary word in a book that I saw come back to me in a virtual character's quote bubble even. Who's to say a video game cannot be a mnemonic go-to for some people? Plus, just like vacationing, we all need time away from certain areas of life to rejuvenate and come back to routines stronger, more relaxed, and more knowledgeable. Spiritually, video games direct our focus to the greater mystery of existence, which is still a mystery itself. Though video games have finite puzzle-filled quests, Video games give the gamer an incentive that everything in life won't come easy, and that determination, perseverance, resilience, and starting over are always vital options at the ready. Video games can also accidentally, quote-unquote, trigger visual learning as well, no matter the category or goal, by, in some cases, handling missions while under a time restraint, and also under a time restraint in reality as well. Also, while a character dies in a video game, the gamer has the tough option of starting over. But outside the virtual realm, all of us only have one life that, when we depart from Earth, will not have a convenient restart button to push. And that was the Virtual Enlightenment body, and now here is the prayer meditation recited orally. Peace for me, peace for you, peace for all, peace anew. Peace in the skies, peace on the earth, peace to all mother figures who give rise to birth. Peace to friends, peace to strangers, peace in trials of many dangers. Peace right now, peace to the past, peace forever that will always last. Again, I thank you for tuning in today, and thank you if you have checked out my blog at all or are planning to, just thank you in advance. And I know I kind of read that more robotically, but as I progress more in making more videos, my voice will probably sound more natural than reading off a piece of paper. But anyway, again, thank you for tuning in, and please stay tuned for more action on OmniCrux.